Oh man, Shaddoll being the Terminal World theme is quite crazy, but how are Shaddoll cards holding up? Make sure you guys smash the link, crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more content. You know, Shaddoll Fusion QCRs still holding about $30 is not really all that surprising to see, considering, you know, I mean, you got a little bit of a bump around here. I mean, 30 to 32 is nothing really too crazy to scoff at. I mean, once again, I mean, you have a good track record here of bounceability, and I mean, once again, I mean, you see your completion data there. You see what, you know, is going on here. We also do get to see El Shaddoll constructs. Crazy enough, ultimate rare unlims at mod play are $15 a piece. That's such a low turnaround now. Now, obviously, when you come up here and we take this to first ed, I mean, even first eds are only like $7, $8 more. I don't think that's necessarily too terrible. Winda QCR is $12 for the alts, basically $13, which isn't bad. Checks are about $18. Annoy Talus, this card's just been stupid money for a while now. You're looking at like 15s. Shaddoll Dragons coming in at 12s. Shaddoll Beast coming in at 3s. Constructs underneath $10. It's okay. Winda regular alts are $4 less than the alt, which means people prefer the alt art over that. And then, of course, Grista coming in at $5, $6, which is kind of crazy. And then El Shaddoll Construct alt is $6. It's crazy because the Winda alt looks better than the Construct alt, which, okay, sure. Shadows of Valhalla, Secret Rare Shaddoll Fusions, $3.50 on market. Quarter Century Schisms, meanwhile, like $4. So you can get Shaddoll Fusion Super Rare original prints for like $4 now. So interesting. Also, Super Poly from the Shaddoll's Showdown Structure deck are like $6 a Super Poly. That's crazy because those have a market price of, what is it? $482, and these actually go up. So that's actually kind of interesting. That Super Poly from that deck is actually being worth something. And then, of course, Shaddoll Structure deck, Super Rares, $2. And then we creep on down to actually like $4 or $5. It looks like the Shaddoll Structure deck one's probably going to be your safest bet to pick up, at least on the Shaddoll department next to Plats. I mean, Plats are like $2. So, you know, judging by what we are assuming is happening here as time is kind of developing with this product, it looks very much and very safe to say that we got a ride ahead of us with Shaddolls. All right, no material. So I have no idea what has happened to no material recently that has caused the 2020 tin version to go up, or what has actually caused the no material here to actually creep up for the Dark Neostorm version as well. But the reality of the situation here, people, is both versions are like non-existent in terms of their listings. Now, I guess this has been a slow buyout over time. It's a card that Konami just has not reprinted for whatever reason. And it's just whenever your opponent summons a monster while you control no cards, I guess that's the bad side of this card, is you have to have literally nothing in order to make it so that that monster can't be used for anything. So, yeah, I guess no material doing something was not on my bingo sheet. This is also the same story. Very just slow grind over time. Elphobia is back. You know what's crazy to me? This was just reveal a win monster until your opponent's next end phase. Or until the end of your opponent's next phase, main phase 1. Monsters with a level higher than the revealed monster cannot activate their effects. This is $20, man. I think I'm more impressed that 22... 24, that people over time were just wanting to pick this up. I'm assuming that this has to do with Radiant Typhoon and Genesis format. If what I am assuming is correct, it's just when you're looking at older format stuff like this, or, you know, niche stuff, it's definitely interesting. Also, I found this interesting. English version opened to check for contents. The stainless steel Dark Magician Girl. You know, it's at a markup price. I believe they were sold for like, what, $150, $200? You can get one right now for basically $300 with this market price. The miscellaneous promo section is a hilarious place, though you're never going to believe this. The legendary masterpiece Blue Eyes White Dragon. There's one left here on the market, and you jump up to $7,000. I kid you not, people. The Platinum Blue Eyes have all disappeared because there was a time where nobody wanted this, and now suddenly we have a price point of like some stupid number. This is never going to actually happen, but that's crazy. Your miscellaneous Black Luster Soldier as well. You have 3 listings for this, which, I mean, you have the 625, 699, and you're coming in with about 720, which is kind of crazy, actually, but that's interesting. We also do get to see the stainless steel Egyptian gods. These are floating for about $385 to $415 on here. Also do get to see the Adidas Dark Magician, coming about $137, actually. Those have pretty much calmed down, which is good. The Moggy Moggy Girl still on here. These are still pretty expensive retroactively. You're looking about $60 on up to a PSA 10 here for about $120. I'm sure that PSA 10 looks very, very nice if you're a collector, for sure. Also do get to see the Sparkman still like $3-4. Bees are down to dollars. There's your oversized Leviathan. And then, of course, the Dark Magician, actually no market price, but I see we have an $1,800 version creeping on up here. So, you know, I'm more impressed with how these have gone over time. Guardian Angel Joanne, you have a low one here for $168. So interesting. Vernal Sif cards. If you are a fan of trying out different like Earth combination piles, Vernal Sif has definitely kind of caught the attention of the market right now because these little guys have actually doubled up to like $7 right now, which might not seem like much. You actually just had some $15 versions they saw like 3 to 4 days ago, which is, you know, crazy. But if you're somebody out here that wants to play Madolche in Genesis format or something, you know, relying on the Earth aspect of things, then you're going to need Vernal Sif cards to help you out. The Misting Seedlings are $2-3 now too. I mean, I think those are the 2 major ones, yeah, because everything else in Vernal Sif just falls off in value. That's kind of crazy to think about. Dark Magician Platinum Rare. God, man. This card actually exploded up from like $1.49 on up to about, surprisingly enough, like $6 to $7 a copy right now. This is the sort of stuff that is just humorous to me, that we get to watch these random dead-end cards just spike up over time. Speaking of your interesting haha funnies, Card Destruction from Legendary Collection 3, Yugi's World. Talk about a, what, $8 card on up to 10 for first ed near mints. And then, of course, you have the DLG ones for near mints. $11. I don't know who's like scooping these up, but interesting. Mechanical Chaser from the Legendary Collection Yugi's World. This is another one of those haha funnies, but you're looking at like $5-6 a copy on these. I guess if you're a collector, that's interesting. Ultimate Offerings from DTO3. Surprisingly enough, these are only like $5. I think I'm more impressed with how like cheap these are. Also got the Blackwing Boar of the Spear, green, oh boy, Duelist League cards. You get Germans for 22s and Frenches for 25s. On up to 26s, probably not going to happen, but I mean, you can try. Wolf, the, hold on here, why is the $20? No, actually they're like $3. I love when the top end here has some incredibly crazy numbers. And also for those of you that I recommend checking Premium Bandai today if you're a Gundam fan. I don't know how long these are going to be up. They could be gone by the time this gun's up, but it's been up for, a little bit of time throughout the night here. So I wanted to say, check this out, go check out. You might get an opportunity to pick one of these up if you are a fan of playing the game and so forth. But interesting to actually see that for a product like this, it was just cratered off the market. They're still initially up. So what do you guys think about today's market? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.